Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible to everyone?
Sir, good afternoon. You are audible.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Okay, uh, as we already started a discussion about array in C. Okay, in our last lab, we have already solved some programs regarding one-dimensional array. Today, my intention is to discuss some important programs of one-dimensional array, and then give you some very basic knowledge of how to handle two-dimensional array and how to access the elements of two-dimensional array. If we get enough time to discuss this, okay. But right now, I want to discuss some important programs that is very important from a one-dimensional array point of view in C programming. The first program, all these three programs I have already given as an assignment in the last lab, or you have to submit the next week. The assignment which I have given regarding the one-dimensional array, you will find all these assignments. Okay, all these programs there. So the first program, those who already did it, they just listen. And those who couldn't understand the logic, I'm just revising 2 or 3 programs which are very important. Like the first program, to find the maximum element from an array. Okay, we have to find the maximum element in an array. How can we find it? Okay, so what I have told that an array is nothing but a collection of elements of homogeneous type, or an array is a collection of elements of similar type, similar kind, right? So our main objective of this program, that we will give, we will take an array as an input. For the sake of simplicity, we will consider an integer array as an input, and obviously that array has some collection of integer elements, and our main job is to find among all this collection of elements which element is the largest one, or the highest one, or the biggest one. Okay, the maximum element, and then we can find the minimum element, right? I'm showing you the maximum element, how we can find the maximum element, and then you will do to find the minimum element by yourself. Okay, so suppose we have an array. Okay, so
Sir, hello.
one second, let me share the screen. Yes, still.
স্যার আমি ওটাই বলছিলাম স্ক্রিনটা শেয়ার করার।
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, I think the screen is visible to you, right? So
Yes.
so today my objective is to discuss with you the 3 programs. The first is to find maximum minimum element from an array. The second program is to do a linear search. That means searching operations. We're trying to find whether an element present into an array or not. Okay, present or absent of an element. And we will do 2 kinds of searching technique. One is linear search, another is binary search. Both are very, very important. Okay. Okay, then we will give you some, if you will permit some time, then I would like to give you some basics of two-dimensional array. Okay, so the first program is to find the maximum element into an array, right? So among multiple elements that has been stored by a particular array, for sake of simplicity, we will assume here as an integer array, which one is the maximum element that you will have to find. Your program has to find that. Okay, that is the objective of your program, right? And minimum as well as minimum, not only maximum as well as minimum. So for this, we have to make a logic. What is that logic? Suppose we have this array, okay, that is showing in front of you. So 2 7 6 4 3 2 8 9. Okay, so this array contains 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, total 8 elements are there. So these are the indexes of the array: 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 6 and 7. So these are the indexes of your array, right? Now index of an array, I have already discussed that index of an array will represent the position of each and individual elements of an array, right? So there are 3 things that we need to take care while we are dealing with array. One is the value that has been stored inside that array. Second one is the index that will actually use to access the elements or the values stored inside the array. And third is actually the memory location or memory addresses, that actually we don't have any sort of intervention on the memory addresses, because it will totally dealing with by the CPU itself. Okay. which memory location will be given, which memory location will be discarded or deleted. That totally depends on the decision of the CPU, okay, our processor. Now suppose we have this array. Now our main job is to calculate the maximum element. Which one is the maximum element in this array? So from the given array, we will easily find 9 is the maximum element and 2 is the minimum element of this array, right? 9 is the maximum element and 2 is the minimum element of this array. Now the thing is that first our objective is to calculate this maximum element, right? This one. This is our first objective. So what we actually planning here to do, what logic we are need to apply here, that will be a general logic, and that should be applied for any kind of one-dimensional array to find the maximum or largest element inside that array. So we have think that we actually make the first element. We at first we have to assume or make the first element as a maximum element. That means we can do like this. We will actually make the first element. So we will declare a variable as a maximum, and we will assume that the first element will be the maximum element. So how we can represent this first element? Suppose the array name is A. Okay. Suppose the array name is A.
A0.
So, yes.
A0 is the maximum.
So we will consider it as a, then followed by a index that is 0. So if we write these things, obviously the first element will be automatically assigned as a maximum element, right? That we will do. That we will assume, right? Now our next job, that we will run our for loop from this index. We will run our for loop. Instead of this index, we will run our for loop from this index. Why? Because this element has been already inserted as a maximum element. Okay, that we will assume. I'm again telling these things, this assignment we will assume, right? Now we will check whether that element is maximum element or not. So we will run our for loop from this index and up to the last index, right? So we will start our for loop from 1 to n minus 1, right? So in the next case, within that for loop, okay, within that for loop, what we will do, within that for loop, we'll have to make a comparison. That means a if loop. Within if loop, we will say that a of I, where I within for loop runs from starting from 1 to n minus 1, right? So if a of I, that means any element that next to that maximum element, if any one of this element next to that maximum element, what are the elements next to that maximum element? Rest of the elements of this array are the next to that maximum element. So if any one of this element rest to the maximum element is greater than max, okay, is greater than max. If it is greater than max, max actually store the first element. So if any one of this element is greater than the first element, then we will consider this assignment again. So we'll have to again assign max with a new value of a of I. A of I. Okay, this is the final logic. Okay, and then we will print max, and this max will return you the maximum element or the largest element of this array. How? Let's check it out. So within max, the first value that has been stored is max. A of 0 means the first value has been stored, that is 2. Within max, the first value has been stored, that is 2, right? That is 2. Yes. Now 7 will be compared with 2. Why? Because I loop runs from 1 to n minus 1, that means 1 to 7 as per the index. This is the index, right? I equal to 1 to 7. Okay, so a of what will be the first value of I? That should be 1. So yes. A of 1 means which element? This element. So it will compare the next element, that means a of 1 element with the maximum element. Which one is the maximum element? A of 0, that is 2. So 7 which is first compared with 2, right? So if 7 is compared with 2, and we will find that if a of I is greater than maximum, that means, is it a true logic? No. In this case, yes, it is a true logic in this case, because a of I is 7 and maximum is 2. So obviously 7 is greater than 2. So if this condition satisfied, then we will do a new assignment, that is max equal to a of I. That means the old max value will be replaced by a new max value that should be the current element in this comparison, that is a of I. Which one is the current element here? 7. So right now the max value will be replaced by 7. The previous max value was 2. Right now the current max value was 7. So in this way, the loop will repeat it until up to a 7th loop. Up to this 7th loop, the loop is repeated. So it will again check from 6. Okay. So now it will compare 6 with 7. Right? Not 2. Because currently the maximum value is 7. The last max value is 7. Now 7 will compare with I plus plus. I plus plus means right now the I value is A of 2. A of I means A of 2. That means 6. So 6 is compared with the last value of maximum, that is 7. So whether this condition satisfied? No, this condition does not satisfy. So do nothing. Okay, that's why the loop has been ended here. This is the ending bracket of the loop. Okay, this is the ending bracket of the loop, for loop. Okay, do nothing. So again we will repeat for I equal to 3. So what is the I equal to 3? That is 4. 4 is again compared with 7 because the 6 maximum value has not been replaced in the early case. Okay, it is already hold the previous value, that is 7. Again it will check whether A of I is greater than max. That means what was the previous value of max? 7. What was the current value of A of I? That is 4. So whether the 4 is greater than max? No, condition does not satisfy again. So again do nothing and repeat the loop. So again it will check with 4, no change. Again it will check with 5, no change. Again it will check with the index A 6. Right now this 8 will compare with 7. So this condition again satisfy. So right now this 7 is replaced by 8. Okay. Again it will check for the last index, that is 7, that is 9. So right now the 9 is compared with 8. So at final step the 8 will replace by 9. Okay. So in this way it will store the maximum value. Clear? Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. So this is the program which I already discussed. I have just written that program for you. This is the scanf to read the size of the array. This for loop to read the individual elements of the array. And then this is the logic which I have applied for maxima. Same logic which I have already written and discussed. Okay, the first element will be A0, then I equal to 1, I less than n, and then A of I. If A of I is greater than maximum, then the new maximum will be the new element A of I. Okay, and if the condition does not satisfy, then do nothing. It will simply repeat for the next iteration. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
স্যার ওটা n-1 হবে না, আপনি বলেন n-1 অবধি।
1 the less than equal to দেওয়া আছে না,
Sir, why
less than equal to is given. দেখো 0 থেকে করলে it should be n-1, আমি তো 1 থেকে চালাচ্ছি, so last element অবধি পৌঁছাতে হবে তো আমাকে, right? I have starting this loop from 1. If the loop will be start from 0, then it will be n-1.
কমই হবে স্যার, লেস দ্যান এনই তো হবে স্যার, লাস্ট
Less
এলিমেন্টটা
than
তো
n,
ইন্ডেক্সটা তো একটা
last-
কমই থাকবে।
লাস্ট এলিমেন্ট কি 8-1? আচ্ছা, হ্যাঁ, তাহলে ইন্ডেক্স একটা কমই থাকবে। ঠিক 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 ওকে ওকে। তো 5 1 2 3 4 5, so the maximum element is 5. Clear? Everyone clear?
না স্যার,
আচ্ছা।
একটা প্রশ্ন ছিল।
হ্যাঁ বলো, tell me. Hello.
হ্যালো,
Ask your question.
এখন প্রথম লাইনটাতে অ্যারেটা 20 কেন ওটা সাইজটা ডিক্লেয়ার করেছেন?
এটা সাইজটা a of n, তো আমি এটা মানে এটা ডিক্লেয়ার করতেও পারো তুমি।
স্যার হ্যাঁ ওখানে
দিস ওয়ান না,
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
হ্যাঁ, এটা তো আমি সাইজটা ইনিশিয়ালি একটা মেমোরি সাইজ ডিক্লেয়ার করে রেখেছি, আবার সেই মেমোরি সাইজটাকে পরবর্তীকালে আমি ভ্যারিও করাতে পারি। মানে ইউ ক্যান অলসো ডিক্লেয়ার দ্য সাইজ ইন সাচ আ ওয়ে, আইদার তুমি এইটাকে রিড করাও আগে, ইউ ক্যান ডু দিস থিং which I have already shown in the last class, and you will replace this 20 by n. You can do this, okay? Or you can also write the code in such a way, which I have already written for you. Okay, but the meaningful, this previous one is the most meaningful, more meaningful than this one. This one is more meaningful. Okay,
ঠিক
But
আছে
both in both the cases it will run.
স্যার ইনটা আগে হবে।
Right. In both the cases it will definitely run. Okay. বেরিয়ে গেল, 1 second. Yes. Is it clear to everyone, right? Okay. Now our next program that I need to discuss, that is linear search, or you can say searching. Actually, this is very important. Lots of questions are coming during your technical interview regarding this searching technique, and I want to discuss this technique in more detail, right? So searching means if you have a set of elements into an array, right? Now I am giving you one element, okay, separately to you, which is called a searching element, and you will have to apply that element as the input of your program, and your program will tells whether the similar kind of element present into your array or not. That means whether the element present into an array or the element absent from your array. That is the logic of searching, right? So this searching are generally two types. One is linear search and another one is binary search. Two kind of searching techniques are available: linear search and binary search, right? So linear search is the most widely and most popular technique than binary search, because binary search has some sort of limitations. If the limitation or constraint should be fulfilled, then only binary search will be applicable. Otherwise, binary search cannot be applicable. What is that constraint? That I will discuss, right? But linear search does not have any limitation, any constraint, but it has one limitation in terms of computational time complexity. That means in case of linear search, computational cost is much expensive than a binary search. In case of linear search, the computational cost of a linear search is much expensive than binary search. I have already told there are two kind of concepts. One is time complexity and another is space complexity. So time complexity is such a case, that means how much time your algorithm will require to generate an output. In general form, if we calculate that one mathematically, if you calculate that one, that how much time your algorithm will take to execute, that is called time complexity or computational time complexity of your algorithm, right? So I have told that linear search time complexity is worse than binary search. Binary search time complexity is better than linear search, but binary search is applicable only that a particular constraint has to be fulfilled, a particular condition has to be fulfilled, then only binary search is applicable. But in case of linear search, no initial constraints are required. In any kind of situation, linear search is applicable. Clear? Now let me tell you that linear search, what is linear search? Linear search, that the search that we are doing from our childhood. Suppose you have 3 boxes, right? 3 boxes, and this each and every box contains a ball, okay, a plastic ball, right? So suppose the first box contains a red ball, the next 2 box contains 2 blue balls, right? Now we will consider these 3 boxes as a 3 elements of an array, right? These 3 boxes will consider as the 3 elements of an array, right? So one box contains red ball and other 2 box contains blue ball. So I am giving you one extra ball in your hand, right? At a red color ball tomar hate dilam ami. Now I will ask you, please tell me whether these 3 boxes you have, whether you have the similar kind of ball in these 3 boxes or not. So you will first open the first box, check. Suppose the first box contains blue ball. So you will say, no, it is not matched with the first box, right? Because you have a red ball in your hand and your first box contains blue ball. So you will close the first box, then you will move to the second box. You will open the second box. Suppose the second box contains yellow color ball, and you will tell, no, this box ball does not match with my red color ball, because I have a red color ball and that second box will contain yellow color ball. Then you will close that particular box and move towards the third box. And when you open the third box, you will get that the same red color ball present into your third box. and you will say, and you will give me the answer, sir, I have found that the similar ball, I have the similar ball, and that has been stored into the third box. That is the first case. Case number 1, if the ball is found within the box, any one of these box. Case number 2, if the ball does not match with any one of the ball existing in your box, right? So you have 3 boxes. 3 boxes have 3 balls: red ball, blue ball, and yellow ball. Suppose I am giving you a green ball to match. So you will give me a feedback, sir. No, sir, the green ball is not present in my 3 boxes, right? This is the case number 2. Okay, so these 2 cases may happen. So your program will return the same thing if these things will match. Understood? And this kind of search is called linear search. Why linear search? Because sequentially you are searching each and every box, starting from box number 1 to box number n. You will search each and every box, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to n. That is called linear search. Suppose the ball, the similar color ball you are searching, if the ball presents at the last box, and you will have to start from box number 1, because you don't know in which box the similar color ball will present. So you will have to start your searching from box number 1. While you will reach the last box, that means box number n, then in the nth box you will find that ball of similar color ball is present in the nth box, right? So this is the nth term searching. That means you have to search how many boxes you have. You have to search that number of boxes. That means how many size of the array you have. You have to search that number of boxes inside your array to match your element or match your searching element, whether the searching element present inside the array or not. So there are 3 cases can be possible during this search if the search is found. So overall 2 cases. First case, search is found, search is not found. So if we leave the second case, search is not found, if we consider the first case, that means search is found. Within that first case, search is found, there are again 3 sub cases. What are those 3 sub cases? So what I'm trying to say, suppose case number 1 is a general case that search is found, right? Case number 2, search is not found, right? Now within case number 1, there are 3 sub cases. Okay, what are those 3 sub cases? Within case number 1, sub case 1 কি বলছে? Search is found at index 0. তার মানে কি? Can anyone tell me? What do you mean by that? Search is found at index 0?
যেটা খুঁজতে বলা ছিল সেটা প্রথম ইন্ডেক্সেই আছে।
Yes, the searching element which you are searching, that has been stored at the first index of your array. First index means 0. Array index will always start from 0. That means the first index will be your searching element. The first index will be your searching element. That is the subcase number 1. Subcase number 2, search is found at anywhere in the middle of the array, right? That means this is a subcase number 2. So the search element can be found anywhere in the middle of the array. Array maje anywhere can be found, and this case is called average case. This case is called best case. Why best case? Because you don't need to search for the other elements, because at the first element you will find your searching option. So you are not going to lose your time as well as lose your effort to search other boxes. You have at the first box you have found your element, so you will just make a conclusion that yes, the element present. You don't need to go for the other boxes. So it will obviously reduce your effort and time. And this is the average case. Average case means at somewhere you have to go into the middle of the array, and then you can take a decision or conclusion that yes, searching element is found. Now the last case, search is found at nth position. At nth position means index is n minus 1 in case of array, and that is called worst case. Understood? বুঝতে পারছো কি বলতে চাইছি? Understood? Subcase number 3. So the searching element you will found at the last box. That means nth box. That is the worst case. And believe me, these two cases will give you the similar time complexity. These two cases will give you the similar kind of time complexity of your program. The case subcase number 3 and case 2. Mane element, if the element does not found, whatever time complexity will require, that the elements does not found to take that decision. And to execute subcase number 3, you will receive or you will ensure the similar kind of computational expensiveness or time complexity. Right? Right? And
Yes,
time complexity of any program, you are going to be represented with the help of a special symbol which is called BIGO. You will learn about this symbol in very details in your next subject in the next semester, that is data structure. You will learn about the details of it. Right now, you just need to know how we can write a BIGO. BIGO we will write in such a way. Capital O, big O, যেটা আমাদের alphabet letter O আছে, that is the capital O is equivalent to this BIGO, and it is called BIGO notation. BIGO notation. BIGO notation is such kind of notation or symbol by the help of which you can represent the time complexity of any program. Okay, so time complexity of any program T of n can be represented by a BIGO of something. What is T of n? T means the time complexity parameter, and n means for the n number of data. So always you are going to measure the time complexity on the general term n. Always you are going to measure the time complexity on the general term n. That's why it's the n number of data. So try to understand very carefully. So in this case, if we will found the array at the first element of your array, if you found the searching element as a first element of your array, that means index number 0, then the time complexity is always big of 1. Why big of 1? Because the first element will be your searching element. That's why the time complexity is always big of 1. Clear? Clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Now in the average case, কেউ বলতে পারবে? What will be the time complexity in the average case? You have total n number of elements. You have total n number of elements present in your array. Then what will be the time complexity average case?
n by 2.
n by
Exactly, very good. N by 2. Because arrayটাকে আমরা half করে দিলাম. N by 2 means what? Half of the array, the average of the array. Average means what? The half of the array. Mean calculate করছি আমরা, so n by 2. So n by 2 is your average case time complexity for this linear search algorithm. And what is the worst case time complexity?
O of n.
Big O of n. Very good. Very good. Big O of n. Why? Because you have to search up to nth position. You have to reach at nth position. Then you can take a decision. Okay, that nth element is our final searching element. So that's why you have to take a full time complexity big O of n. Now the search is not found. The time complexity is very much similar as big O of n. Why? Because after you will search all the elements up to nth position, you can take a decision. Okay, the search element is not present in my array. Until you are not going to search up to nth position all the n elements, you are never ever can take a decision that whether the element present or absent in your array. Is it correct? Do you understand?
yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
That's why I've told the time complexity of these two are similar. Please remember it. This logic, if you remember this one, then you will never forget to use it. Let me give me one example. Real life এটা কোথায় use করা হয়? In real life, where we should use here? Suppose there are two almirah, bookshelf, right? And a book consignment came. Several kinds of books are there of computer science are available. Okay, they have came in boxes, different boxes. Now there are two candidates or two librarians are there who are responsible to arrange the book in those bookshelves. So 2 bookshelves are there, so that's why 2 librarians are there. Now I am the head librarian. I will ask them to do the arrangement. Okay, you have a books in the boxes, consignment has come, and I will ask them to do the arrangement by their own. I will come after 2 hours and I will check whether all the books has been arranged properly or not. Okay, so they have started their job. I will go for other activity. They have started their job, right? Now, after 2 hours, when I came back into a library, I have seen that both the librarian has filled those books fully by the books, right? Listen very carefully what I'm trying to say, why we should apply this kind of linear search. Now, I will ask the first librarian and second librarian, both librarians, that can you find the book of C written by Rima Theresa. Now, the first librarian will give me that book, will search that book and give me that book. Around, it will take 10 minutes. Then it will find that book and give me that book. And the second librarian has given me that book within 1 minute. The first librarian will take 10 minutes and the second librarian will take 1 minute. How is it possible? Can anyone explain these things?
Yes, sir.
How is it possible? Why the first librarian has taken 10 minutes and second librarian has taken only 1 minute?
লাইব্রেরিয়ান 1 মিনিট নিল কারণ ও একটা জায়গাতেই সমস্ত সি এর বুকগুলো সাজিয়ে রেখেছিল, আর অন্য লাইব্রেরিয়ান হয়তো সমস্ত ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজের বইগুলো একটা জায়গাতে সাজিয়ে রেখেছিল।
Yes, you're almost correct, but generally, and when we are organizing, yes, according to the alphabetical order of the author name, Rima Theresa R. So the second librarian has arranged the book as per the author alphabetical order of the author's name, starting letter of the authors. So when it will, I'm saying Rima Theresa, it will go for the R or order list. So in that particular shelf, and it will simply found just 1 minute take to grab the book of Rima Theresa. And the first librarian has just totally messed it up. It doesn't follow, he or she doesn't follow any kind of order and mixing all kinds of books without any order, and randomly she has organized or he has organized that book as a first book shelf, in a first book shelf. Okay, so that's why he or she will take 10 minutes time. So what is actually doing there? আমি যে এসে বললাম যে searching a book or give me the book of C programming written by Rima Theresa, that means they actually doing linear search. The first people is doing a linear search. That's why he or she takes 10 minutes time, because he or she started from the first book. And suppose the Rima Theresa book is somewhere at the last shelf. That means this condition, sub case 3. So that's why it will take 10 minutes of time. And that guy is a smart guy, the second librarian. He has arranged the book in alphabetical orders of the author's name. So he actually did that a very good logic he actually applied to arrange the book. So in this way we can apply the linear search in real life. Okay, and the process by which we can do this kind of data organization is called data structure. Okay, so let's come to the program. Very simple program, I think you can understood, but this program has a small trick. What is the trick? First thing that we have to know, what are the inputs of this program? How many inputs are there in our program of linear search? The first input will be the array along with the elements, and second input will be our search element or key element, whatever you say, searching element or key element. So there are 2 inputs of our program. So first input I have taken in the form of array, right? And the second input I have taken in the form of search element or item and the search element. So these 2 are the inputs of our program. So main logic of our program lies in between these 4 lines. Now, obviously you can understand, while we are performing linear search, sometimes it is also called a sequential search. Then we will compare that item element to each and every element of this array. So that's why for loop will be started from 0 to n, and a of I means when I becomes 0, then this should be a of 0. So a of 0 is equal to item is yes or no. that will be checked. Okay, and I has been incremented each and every step by 1, so it will check up to n minus 1, right? So it will take all the elements, right? So if
Yes.
if we will found the element within the array in any one of the position, then this any one of this if condition will be satisfied, will be true, and this
Yes.
thing will be printed along with the location. This thing will be printed along with the location. The yes, item found, and the location of the item is I plus 1.
Sir, I+1 হলো কেন?
কারণ n-1 না ith item 0 থেকে হলে তুমি ইউজারকে তখন বলবে in that case user will understand that which position. So if you write I, then it will always give you the position less than -1, but user doesn't know na that array is always starting from 0. That you are the developer, you know it because you are the C specialist, but user or the customer who using your code, he or she doesn't know. Then he or she always start from 1 2 3 4 5 6 in this way. Understood?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Acha. Then after this we'll have to put this break statement. This break is very important. Without giving the break, this program will stuck with this within this for loop. That is a very tricky part of this code. This program will stuck within this for loop if we don't give a break. We have to give a break, and I think all of you know the use of break. It will actually break this entire loop, okay, and it will reach you outside this if loop. It will give you outside this if loop, right? Actually outside this for loop, not if loop, outside this for loop, right? Now outside this for loop, if the break is there, break is there means what? Break is there means you have found the item, then only break is encountered, right? If the item is not found, then obviously break will not be encountered, because if item will not found, then this if condition will not be true. True hobe na? So there is no question of entering inside the if loop. So obviously there is no question of encountering the break statement, right? So if the item is not found, then what happened? That is my question. If the item is not found, can anyone tell me if I am printing the value of I here, what value it will give?
Last
If
one.
I am printing the value of I here,
Last.
what value it will give?
n-1.
N, not n-1. n-1 of the support korbe. It will support up to n-1. So when it becomes n, then it doesn't support. It will execute from the for loop. So that's why I is always executing outside the for loop with the values greater than n-1. Then only possible, otherwise এর মধ্যে ঘুরতে থাকবে. If the value of I is within 0 to n-1, always the loop will repeat, and the loop will break or execute or go outside of the loop. The control will go outside of the loop only when the value of I is n equal to n. Okay, so that's why I have given this condition outside this loop. If I equals to n, then printf not found. Printf item not found. Understood? Because if item is found, then obviously that should be fallen within this range, because your array is starting from 0 to less than n. If the item doesn't found, that means you have already exhausted all the nth search. Then you are already get outside of this search. And get outside of this search means when I equal to n, then item not found. বুঝতে পারলে? Is it clear to you?
বলছি স্যার, ওখানে লাস্টে ইফটা যদি আমরা না দিই, ওখানে উপরে এলস দিয়ে করতাম, তাহলে কি হতো না?
ওটাই হতো না তো, ওটাই বলছি তো। If you will give else here, then your program will stuck. You cannot give else here. You have to break that loop and go outside.
But sir, it will run entirely means only 6 times. Like if I give n is equal to 6, then it will run only 6 times. It
Yes.
never stuck.
0 to 5. 0 to
Yeah.
5. Then when it becomes 6, then it will go outside the for loop.
Yeah, means time wasting. Like if we don't use break, it will waste our time.
Yes. So enter the size of the array. Suppose the size of the array is 6. Now the element, suppose 1 2 3 4 5, 6. Okay. Now the searching item. Searching item, suppose I have given, first I'm giving the found item. Okay, which is present, right? So item found and the location of the item is 5. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Understood? The user will check, okay, it is found in the location 5. It is correct. Okay. So someone is asking why I plus 1. That's why I plus 1. If you give I minus 1 here, if you give only I here at the time of location print, then it will give you 4 because I start from 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will give the 4. Okay. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Now we will
স্যার
check.
যদি
Yes.
স্যার যদি ধরো যে আইটেমটা খুঁজতে চাচ্ছি সেটা যদি দুইবার থাকে অ্যাডেটার মধ্যে,
তাহলে প্রথমবার যেটা পাবে সেখানে আটকে যাবে ফার্স্ট টাইম। আমার তো দ্বিতীয়বার যাওয়ার দরকার নেই। ওয়াই শুড ইউ গো ফর দ্য সেকেন্ড টাইম? ইফ দ্য আইটেম ফাউন্ড দেন ফার্স্ট টাইম উইল বি ওকে। তোমার তো আইটেম আছে কিনা সেটা আমি জানতে চাইছি, রাইট? So suppose I have given 7, obviously 7 is not present, so item not found. Clear? So let's check your যে কোশ্চেনটা করলে তারটা আমি আবার চেক করে নিচ্ছি। 2, 3, 4, 4, 9. Okay. So 4 repeat 2 times, so we'll give 4. So it will give the first position. Okay. Understood? Not the second 4. It will start from 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Clear? 0
স্যার
plus 1.
যদি ওখানে ব্রেকটা না দিতাম তাহলে কি সেকেন্ড পজিশনটা শো করতো?
ব্রেকটা না দিলে তোমার তো এখানে মানে নট ফাউন্ডে আসবে না তো তোমার। নট ফাউন্ডে আসবে না। না, তুমি যদি দুটো পজিশনে শো করাতে চাও তাহলে তোমার কোডটা চেঞ্জ করতে হবে। ওকে, ইফ ইউ ওয়ান্ট টু শো বোথ দ্য পজিশনস in the similar kind of elements, how many times the elements has been repeated into your array, the code is different. This is not that code.
ওকে স্যার।
Okay, this code is only checking whether the element present or not. Okay. Okay, let
sir,
me yes.
Sir, the time complexity is used to represent the time, no?
Time complexity is used to represent that how much total time an algorithm, your algorithm, is taking to execute.
Okay, it's
In a general form, in a
Okay.
general way. It is not architecture specific, right? Please remember, it should not be in architecture specific. কারণ তুমি যদি মনে করে স্যার আমি এখানে একটা টাইম বাউন্ড লাগিয়ে দিলাম, and we will calculate the time before starting algorithm and after ending program. You can do it. You can measure the time in milliseconds, but that time is actually architecture specific. That means it depends on the architecture of my laptop is different. The same program, the same code will run for your laptop. Your architecture of the laptop is different, so it will give different time. So that's why general time complexity is always a good measure. Actually, a time complexity measurement is a mathematical measurement, not a programmatical measurement. Okay, there are two kinds of time complexity measurement. One is mathematical, and the other one is programmatical. So programmatical time complexity measurement depends on the architecture of your machine. While mathematical time complexity measurement is general for all cases. It does not depend on architecture. It's not architecture specific or platform specific. Okay.
okay, sir.
Okay, now binary search. The last thing that I need to discuss, that is binary search. Okay. So let's understood. বেশি সময় নেই. So I am just showing it. Let understood very carefully. তাড়াতাড়ি একটু শুনে নাও। Okay, suppose we have an array. খুব ভালো করে দেখো, রাখতেও পারছি না এটাতে। Okay, suppose we have an array. Look this example very carefully. Right, and the value of an array is like this: 1, 2, 4, 7, 8, 9. Okay, suppose we have this array. Okay, এই দুটো ফিল্ড ফাঁকা রাখলাম, ঠিক আছে? I didn't insert anything in this two field. Suppose my array contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, total 6 elements, right? And these are the indexes of the array: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. These are the indexes of my array. Okay, here. So this is the array name A, right? Now what will be the thing that we need to do? খুব ভালো করে দেখো, the binary search is always tells you that you have to first find out the middle element of the array. You have to first find out, আমি আরেকটা position নিলাম, ধরো suppose 10, one more element has been taken. So we have to find out the middle element of the array. So which one is the middle element of this array? 7, right? So our first objective is to find the middle element. How can I find the middle element of the array? If we do 0 plus 6 divided by 2, can we find the middle element?
Yes, sir.
Yes. If we do 0, the index of the first element, that is 0, and the index of the last element, that is 6. So 0 plus 6 divided by 2. So what will be 0 plus 6 divided by 2? 3. So 3 is actually the index of the middle element of the array. So this is the first calculation of how we can find the middle element of the array. How we can find the middle element of the array. So mid element we will find at beginning plus ending divided by 2. What is beginning? In general way, if we think, the beginning element is always starting from index 0, and the ending element or ending index is always n minus 1. Agree with me? In
Yes,
case of
sir.
array?
Yes,
Very
sir.
good, very good. So in the first case, we will check whether our searching element is equivalent to array of mid element. That we will check whether searching element is equivalent to array of mid element. So what is array of mid element? So according to this picture, this is the array of mid element. So suppose our searching element is suppose 3. Suppose not 3 is not found here, sorry. Suppose our searching element is suppose 2. Okay, suppose 2. Okay, your program has to tell 2 is found, whether it is present or not, and in which location it is present. That's all. So first we will compare 2 with the middle element, that is 7. So obviously the comparison failed, right? Comparison failed. 2 is not equivalent to 7. Now when the comparison failed, then we should do the comparison at any one of the half of this array. So this is the first half of the array, and this is the second half of the array. Okay, this is the first half of the array, and this is the second half of the array. So we will do the comparison in which half? Next comparison, second half or first half? Obviously first half. Now in which basis we can take the decision? So whether 2 is going for second half, or 2 is going for first half, or 2 is going for second half? We will have to compare 2 with 7. If 2 is less than 7, listen very carefully. If 2 is less than equal to 7, okay, then it will go for the first half. Okay, then it will go for the first half. And if 2 is greater than 7, then it will go for the second half. Am I clear to everyone?
স্যার এটা তো অ্যাসেন্ডিং অর্ডার অ্যারেটা আছে, তাই আপনি বলতে পারছেন। যদি র্যান্ডম থাকে তাহলে কি করে বলতেন কোন হাফে নেবেন?
ওই জন্য তো বললাম, এই জন্য তো বললাম, that is a constraint. One constraint is there in binary search. তুমি তো বলেই দিলে constraintটা. You have already told me that constraint. Yes, this is the limitation. You have to give the input of the array in ascending order always, either ascending or descending, যে কোনো একটা, but it should be in sorting order. So before you are going to apply binary search, if the array is in random fashion, then you will have to apply the sorting algorithm first, sorting coding first, and then followed by binary search. So obviously time complexity তোমার binary search যেটা কম করছে সেটা automatically বেড়ে যাবে. Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
what if I use the index position instead of the value? Like if I use the index position from 0 to 3, Then if we search in between 0 to 3 the element, then it doesn't need to be necessarily like ascending.
Okay, whatever you want to say, you can try it. You can try it, and if you will succeed, then you can send me the code. Okay,
Okay,
I will
okay,
check
sir,
it.
okay, sir.
Okay. You can do it. Look, one program can be done in several ways, and all the ways are welcome if it is correctly working. Okay. Okay. So
Okay,
let's
okay, sir.
let's continue. So if 2 is less than equal to 7, then we can go for the second half, and 2 is greater than 7, then we can go for the 2 is less than equal to 7, we can go for the first half, and if 2 is greater than 7, then we can go for the second half. Right now, in this case, obviously we'll go for the first half. Right.
Yes, sir.
Now, in the first half, we will iterate the same process again, or we'll repeat the same process again. Same process, money. Again, we will have
আবার
to check
middle টা
the
করতে হবে।
exactly. We'll have to check the middle element again. Which one is the middle element?
হুম,
Okay. So if we want to check the middle element, then what we need to change? This is the in first case, this is the beginning, and this is the end element. This is the beginning element. This is the end element. So in the second case, instead of this end element, this will be the end element because it has been changed. First half মানে কি এটা end element, beginning element position does not change, but end element position will be changed. So that's why can we write that in the next case? In the next case, if such element is less than array of mid element, right? Such element is less than array of mid element. Then the first half, then we'll go for the first half. So first half means the beginning should be similar 0, but ending will be changed. Now ending টা কি হবে? Mid minus
middle
1.
minus 1 হ্যাঁ
Yes, mid minus 1. Can we do that? Mid minus 1.
yes sir
Agree, because this is the mid in the previous case. This is the mid element in the previous case, right? This is the mid element in the previous case. So we can easily do mid minus 1 to represent the next ending element. And then we'll calculate, we will repeat the same process. Loop টাকে চালিয়ে দেবো, repeat the same process, and we'll calculate if again search equal to array of mid. So in the next case, obviously it will found that this and this middle element will be equivalent to the searching element. It has been successfully do that, and we can take a decision. Yes, the element has been found. So in the next case, suppose the element is not present at the first half. Suppose the element is present at the second half. Suppose you are searching for 9, obviously which is present at the second half. So in that case, we'll have to change the code. So can anyone tell me what the thing we will need to change here?
yes sir ওটা
Beginning element.
সার্চ অ্যারে মানে অ্যারের মিড থেকে যদি বড় হয় তাহলে সেকেন্ড হাফে যাবে আর বিগিনিংটা হবে মিড প্লাস
Mid plus 1 আর in
হ্যাঁ।
will be
এন্ড হবে n minus 1
in minus 1.
Exactly, very good. So in a second half, this will be the beginning, and this will be the end. So end does not change, but beginning has been changed. The beginning should be mid plus 1, because previous case beginning was mid minus 1. In this case, mid plus 1. So here the beginning has been changed from 0 to mid plus 1, but end does not change. End should be always n minus 1. So in this case, beginning does not change, end has been changed, and in the second half case, beginning has been changed, end does not change. Okay, and we will repeat this process for all the time. So it's the same concept we will apply here. Okay, beginning 0, end n minus 1, while at a loop. Again, while loop the you can also use for loop, is your choice. While beginning less than equal to end, until the first and beginning element always less than equal to end, until that amount of time this while loop will repeat. Okay, and within this while loop we will calculate the middle element. Okay, then we will calculate the first item equal to array of mid. If the first element will be the middle element, then we will break that loop and we can go outside. Okay, or else if item is less than array of mid, then we can change only the end element. So we don't need to write it here because beginning does not change. Beginning is always 0 in this case, right? And else means which case? This case, when such element is greater than array of mid. So in that case, beginning has been only changed, end does not change. Okay, so that's why we have only write the changing statement of the beginning, right? So flag
Yes.
equals to 1. So here I have used a flagging variable. So you can make it easier, okay, without using flagging variable. you can
স্যার
directly
ফ্ল্যাগটা কি ভেরিয়েবল ইউজ করে, মানে ফ্ল্যাগটাকে কি হিসাবে ইউজ করা হয়?
ফ্ল্যাগটা আমি নেক্সট দিন তোমাদের বলবো। হ্যাঁ, এখন আর সময় নেই, দ্যাটস ওয়াই আমি এটাকে শর্টকাট করে দিলাম, রাইট? দ্যাটস ওয়াই আই হ্যাভ মেড ইট ইজি। ওকে, সো ফ্ল্যাগ একটা একটা ইন্ডিকেশন ভেরিয়েবল ফ্ল্যাগিং
তাহলে কি
করার জন্য।
কোনোভাবে পয়েন্টার হিসাবে ইউজ করে?
না, নট এ পয়েন্টার, এটা জেনারেল ভেরিয়েবল। একটা ভ্যালু নিয়ে বেরোচ্ছে এবং সেটাকে ট্র্যাক করে বেরোচ্ছে। আমি নেক্সট দিন তোমাদের বলে দেবো। তো উইদাউট ফ্ল্যাগ আমি এটা দেখাচ্ছি জাস্ট। ওকে, please practice this program. Okay, these programs are very important. Okay, the enter the array elements. Oh, sorry, I put the size দেবে, ঠিক আছে? I didn't take size here. 1 2 3 4 5 আচ্ছা, 5টা এলিমেন্ট আছে array elements এ, right? So I have given in ascending order. This is very important. To run the binary search, you have to put in ascending order. Otherwise it will give a wrong search elements. Okay, enter the item to be searched. Suppose I'm going to search 3. So item found at position 3. Clear? Now we will do a not search. The not searchটা আমি এখানে else পার্টে দেওয়ার কথা ছিল। ঠিক আছে, not searchটা আমি এখানে দিতে গেলে আমাকে else ifটা দিতে হবে আরেকটা। হ্যাঁ, you have to give a else if. If you don't use a flag and if you give a not search, then you have to give else if. You have to give else if. Okay. And then you will have to give this one, else part. Not found search. Search is not there.
স্যার নট ফাউন্ডটা লুপের বাইরে হবে না?
লুপের বাইরে না, লুপের বাইরে, হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ লুপের বাইরে হবে। ঠিক ঠিক ঠিক, এটা এখান থেকে বেরিয়ে যাচ্ছে। দেখছি একবার। তোমাদের পরে কি ক্লাস আছে?
ইংলিশ ল্যাব। ম্যাম এখনো লিংক দেয়নি, তো আপনি একটু করিয়ে দেন।
item to be searched, suppose 100, item not found, ঠিক আছে? ওকে, মানে উইদাউট ফ্ল্যাগ ভেরিয়েবল এটা আমি তোমাদের দেখালাম। So you don't need to understand flag variable for the time being. Okay, this is else part will execute. Clear? Everyone clear? Is this logic clear to everyone? This is a very very important logic, very important. Okay,
না
you have to remember. And the drawback, you have to
আরেকবার
remember the
প্রোগ্রাম রান
drawback.
করাবেন?
হ্যাঁ, array elements 1 2 3 4 5 in ascending order I have to give. Suppose one element that
5 দিন তো স্যার, 5 দিন।
ঠিক আছে। আচ্ছা, প্রিন্টএফ ওটা এলস পার্টে নেই বলে আইটেম নট ফাউন্ডটাও বেরোচ্ছে, কারণ যেহেতু এলস পার্টে নেই, মানে এটাকে এলস পার্টে রাখতে হবে। ঠিক আছে, ঠিক আছে, অ্যান্সার ঠিকই আছে, এটাকে এলস পার্টে রাখতে হবে, তবে এটা আইটেম নট ফাউন্ড বেরোবে। দেখছি 1 2 3 4 5। ওকে, 5, ঠিক আছে। ইজ ইট ক্লিয়ার? আর নট ফাউন্ডটা দেখছি একবার, 1 2 3 4 5, তো 9 বেরোচ্ছে না। লুপের বাইরে বেরিয়ে আসছে।
লুপের বাইরে মনে হয় একটা ইফ স্টেটমেন্ট চালাতে হবে।
হ্যাঁ, মানে ওই ইফ আই 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 তো আইটা এখানে লুপের বাইরে কি নিয়ে বেরোবে? আই, আচ্ছা আই তো এখানে কিছু নেই, ওয়াইল দেওয়া আছে এখানে। ঠিক আছে, তোমরা এটা দেখে নিও, মানে ওভারঅল তোমাদের দেখালাম। ঠিক আছে, এটা এটা একটু বসে দেখতে হবে যে ফ্ল্যাগ ভেরিয়েবলটা এটা
ইনক্রিমেন্ট করবে, ওরকম কিছু একটা করতে হবে।
না না, এই বাইরে লুপের বাইরে একটা কন্ডিশন চেকিং করাতে হবে, করালেই এটা বেরিয়ে যাবে। বিগিনিং ইকুয়াল টু নট ইকুয়াল টু এন্ড করে কন্ডিশন চেকিং করাতে হবে লুপের বাইরে, তবে এটা প্রিন্ট হবে। মানে ইফ বিগিনিং নট ইকুয়াল টু এন্ড, এটা করালেই লুপের বাইরে এটা প্রিন্ট হবে। বুঝতে পারছো? কারণ বিগিনিং লেস দ্যান ইকুয়াল টু না, বিগিনিং গ্রেটার দ্যান এন যদি করো, ইফ বিগিনিং গ্রেটার দ্যান এন্ড, তো আশা করি এটা প্রিন্ট হবে। বিগিনিং গ্রেটার দ্যান এন্ড হলে তবেই কিন্তু এটা বাইরে বেরোচ্ছে। তো আই থিঙ্ক ইট উইল বি প্রিন্ট রাইট নাও। 1 2 3 4 5। ওকে, ক্লিয়ার? Understood? বুঝতে পারলে?
Yes, sir.
Because the while loop is running for this condition, beginning up to beginning less than equal to end. So when beginning is greater than end, then only the outside loop is running. Okay. So this is the logic, and just let me finish this discussion with the just time complexity discussion. So each and every time you can understand that after the second step, you have to divide the array into half. Either you will go for the first half or we will go for the second half, and that process is iteratively done, because if the array is much bigger, then the next time the array will again divide by half. Okay, so each and every time you actually omit one half of the array to calculate. So that's why the time complexity of binary search will be big O of n log, big O of log n, big O of log n. Okay, log n to the base 2, log n base is 2, big O of log n. Okay, how it will come? খুব ভালো করে দেখো, n is the first size of the array, right? Next size of the array will be n by 2, right? Then after this again iteration, the array size will be n by 2 to the power 2 square, means n by 4, means n by 4, তাই তো? ঠিক না? 2 to the power
Yes,
2.
sir.
Then in the next half it will be n by 2 to the power 2 to the power 3. Okay, that means n by 8. So in this way it will run up to, it will reach the single element, only one element. Okay, it will divide. আর কখন divide করতে পারবে না? When the array has only one element, it cannot divide again. So that's why finally we can write in this way, n divided by 2 to the power k is equal to 1. We can write this expansion with the help of this formula. K is actually your 2 to the power 1, here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So k is actually your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that exponents, right? And 1 will be your final value. So if we are going to calculate the value of k value you calculate karo, and you will take all this value at the right hand side, then it should be log n to the base 2. Understand?
Yes, sir.
That's why the complexity is big of log n. Clear? Is it clear to everyone?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. ঠিক আছে, so we will stop. Please practice this program by your own hand. Okay.
Sir, attendance.
Okay. যাদের অ্যাটেন্ডেন্স হয়ে যাচ্ছে, they can leave. Okay. সমরূপ ঘোষ,
Present, sir.
আব্দুল নাইম,
Present, sir.
ঋতু মাহাতো,
Present,
অর্পণ
sir.
মন্ডল,
Present, sir.
অঞ্জলি, সরি, সায়নী ঘটক,
Present, sir.
অঞ্জলি সিং আছো? ওকে
স্যার আমি অর্পণ মন্ডল স্যার। হ্যালো স্যার।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
স্যার আগের দিনে প্রেজেন্টটা
দিয়েছি।
আমার দিয়েছিলেন, আমি লিভ করে গেছিলাম, আমার চার্জ
ঠিক আছে, পরে দেখছি। সুদীপ্ত সাহা,
Yes, sir.
শুভ্র সাহা অ্যাবসেন্ট। পিয়াসা দত্ত,
Present, sir.
কৃষ্ণা দৈপান নন্দী,
Present, sir.
অর্ঘ্যপল,
Present, sir.
ষোড়াশিস নাথ,
Present, sir.
মাওনা মুখার্জি,
Present, sir.
সৈকত গুছায়েত অ্যাবসেন্ট। সৌভিক দাস,
Sir, he is present.
সৈকত গুছায়েত প্রেজেন্ট। সৌভিক দাস
Sobhik Das present. Soika
Sir, he is present.
ও সৈকত গুছায়েত অ্যাবসেন্ট। ওকে। ঋত্বিক আছো? ঋত্বিক পল, জয়শ্রী ঘোষ,
Present, sir.
সৈকত সরকার,
Present, sir.
সায়ন দাস অ্যাবসেন্ট। শুভ্র সৌম ঘোষ অ্যাবসেন্ট। আদেশ শর্মা, Okay, okay. Arnav Mondol,
Present, sir.
Tusha Yadav,
Present, sir.
Pranta Adhikari,
Present, sir.
Ashish Dasgupta,
Present, sir.
Devashish Shaw,
Present, sir.
Arnav Ghosh,
প্রেজেন্ট স্যার
Ujjwal Jaswal,
Present, sir.
Samir Mondol,
Present, sir.
Ankush Malik,
Present, sir.
Rufesh Reddy,
Present, sir.
Subodip Bosak,
Sir, he is present.
present. Okay. Ritik Roy, Ritik Roy, absent. Niranjan Mondol,
Present, sir.
Manas Malik, Manas Malik.
Present, sir.
Okay. Riddhi Hazra,
Present, sir.
Present, sir.
Paritra Bhattacharjee,
Present, sir.
Shayan Chaudhary,
Present, sir.
Rishi Agarwal,
Present, sir.
Mohammad Azal Ashraf,
Present, sir.
Amantu Das,
Present, sir.
Nityajyoti Nag,
Present, sir.
Riju Shatra,
Present, sir.
Mangshi Shaha,
Present, sir.
Sanket Ghosh,
Present, sir.
Shashwat Basu, Shashwat Basu, absent. Annesha De,
Present, sir.
Rahul Kumar, absent. Vanibrata Patro, absent. Ruzdar Rahman,
Present, sir.
Ayush Kumar.
Present, sir.
Okay. ठीक है. Everyone can leave. Okay.
স্যার একটা
See you
কোশ্চেন
in the
ছিল
next
বলুন স্যার
week. হ্যাঁ বলো এই বাকিটা লিভ করে যাও, নেক্সট ক্লাসে জয়েন করো।
স্যার লিনিয়ার
স্যার প্রেজেন্ট আছে তো?
হ্যাঁ
শাশ্বত প্রেজেন্ট।
শাশ্বত প্রেজেন্ট। আচ্ছা শুভদীপ বসাক
স্যার শাশ্বত প্রেজেন্ট স্যার 49।
হ্যাঁ দিয়েছি শাশ্বত বাসু প্রেজেন্ট দিয়েছি, ঠিক আছে। ওকে বলো কোশ্চেন বলো ঝটপট।
স্যার লিনিয়ার সার্চে যে সিএনটি টা ভ্যারিয়েবল ইউজ করেছিলেন সিএনটি প্লাস প্লাস, ওটার ফাংশনটা কি?
ওটা কাউন্ট করার জন্য, ওর কোনো দরকার নেই, মানে ওটা একটা এক্সট্রা ফাংশন দিয়েছিলাম, মানে দেয়ার ইজ নো রিকোয়ার্ড ফর লিনিয়ার সার্চ। এটা কাউন্টিং এর জন্য, মানে কতবার লুপটা ঘুরছে চেক করার জন্য আর কিছু।
ওকে স্যার থ্যাংক ইউ।
হ্যাঁ ওকে ঠিক আছে। ওকে আই এম লিভিং, সি ইউ ইন দ্য নেক্সট উইক। ওকে সবাই প্র্যাকটিস করো ভালো করে। ওকে থ্যাংক ইউ।
স্যার শাশ্বত কিন্তু প্রেজেন্ট আছি স্যার 49।
এখন বলছি স্যার তো বেরিয়ে গেল মনে হয়।
ঠিক আছে, দিয়ে দেবো প্রেজেন্ট।
রেকর্ডিং চলছে কিন্তু, হ্যাঁ চল লিভ কর।